Close to the base of Mount Fuji is the fabled Fuji Speedway, which tonight will host its first ever Gran Turismo Online League event. We got some of the best online drivers ready to go at it here tonight in the Fast and Furious Grade 2 class. We got some fun racing, some action-packed racing ready for you here tonight. 12 drivers have joined us here for tonight's event, the first GTO event here at the track, and it's going to be fun to see how these drivers adjust to a new racetrack with these cars. So, let's look at the starting lineup. Qualifying has just been completed. So, take a look at the right-hand side of your screen for the starting lineup. David Pinkston Jr. grabbed the pole here for tonight. He's going to get that one bonus point, which will help him out. P2 will be Cross or Vlad. P3 will be Rashad Metz. P4, Austin Minnick. P5, Javen Tucker, the current points leader. P6 will be Trevor Levine. P7 will be Board Wharton. P8 will be Colin McKevitt. P9, Jack McKevitt. P10, the driver of the day, Isaiah Smith. 11th will be Magic Slinky, and 12th will be Peter Braxton. So we got some good drivers here for you tonight. Now, one thing to keep an eye on is the weather. The ever-changing weather here in Japan is sure to change the outcome of this race. So how will these drivers adjust to the car, the tire wear, the changing weather? It's got a lot of factors to go into the outcome of this race here tonight. Let's go down trackside, or not trackside quite yet. Let's go for some driver interviews. Let's see if we can talk to tonight's pole sitter, David Pinkston. Let's see if we can find him. What's up, David? Are you with us?
Yes.
Oh, well, you got the pole here tonight. Good lap by you. How you feeling about the car and track?
I like this combination of car and track. I think it's going to be a fun race.
You're currently, you got a little decent gap. Got to make up some points here to grab that points lead from Javen Tucker. So how you feeling about your chances here?
I think I can close the gap today.
Well, good luck to you. Looking forward to seeing you on the racetrack. Let's see if we talk to the second place starting driver. Let's see if we talk to Vlad. What's up, Vlad? You are starting P2 here tonight in your final full-time season with this.
Yes. Hello, Miles. Vlad is on his way back to race car because Vlad was taking shit in JC Penny.
Well, I'm glad everything came out all right. So how you feeling here before the race?
No, Vlad got all his fluids out. Vlad is ready for big race.
How's the car and everything? You get all the car ready for tonight?
Yes, Vlad's car is gonna be as fast as, yes.
Yes. Well, congratulations on the starting P2. I look forward to seeing you during the race. Alright, and let's look to talk to one final driver. Let's talk to Rashad Metz. Rashad, you're going to be rolling off P3 here tonight. You've had some really consistent finishes here in the last couple races, really starting to close up that points gap to the points leader, Javen Tucker. So how you feeling going into tonight's race?
Finish. Just gotta finish the race. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, looking forward to you here tonight. What kind of challenges do you think this track is going to present to everyone?
Definitely if there's some weather going on in there, yeah, we're definitely gonna have some struggle on there. Didn't practice too much on the weather, so really interested to see how the car's gonna handle. But hopefully we can navigate the challenges and come out here with a win.
Well, congratulations on the P3 starting spot. Looking forward to see if you can keep that consistent run going. And that's going to be it for drivers' interviews. Let's go trackside to get this thing going. 20 laps at Fuji Speedway for these Grade 2 cars. These fast cars. These are some of the fastest cars that we race other than the Grade 1s and the open wheels. So it's going to be fun to see this thing. These cars are kind of a cross between your Grade 1s and your Grade 3s, kind of nestled in the middle. Still got a lot of high downforce additives on these cars, high horsepower. There's going to be a lot of tire wear here tonight. It's going to be interesting to see what the tire strategy is for these different guys as the drivers are lined up grid. David Pinkston, Vlad, Rashad Metz, Austin Minnick, Javen Tucker make up your top 5. And the cars roar to life. We are racing at Fuji. Not a good start from Vlad there. Rashad Metz and David Pinkston able to get out to a decent lead. Here they come. Fan out 3, 4 wide as they go into the tight hairpin for turn 1. A lot of contact though. Javen Tucker gets shoved out wide. He's off the track. Javen Tucker is around the points leader. Not a good start for Javen Tucker. Another one hard into the wall in the back. The points leader spun out off of turn 1. David Pinkston Pinkston took the lead. Austin Minnick, P2. Colin McKevitt up to P3. Rashad Metz back to P9. Looks like he has a lot of heavy damage. Not a good start for two championship contenders. The fight is on back here mid-pack. Everyone jockeying for positions while the pack is still close to each other. Will these guys be able to bounce back? Will Rashad Metz and Javen Tucker be able to bounce back from their early race incidents? Not the start of the race that they needed. Not the start that they wanted. Here they come, whipping it into these tight S's here. This is one of the most challenging parts of the racetrack, trying to get the power down as they're slipping and sliding side by side, thundering up the hill toward the final turn. Here they come, trying to get the power down on the back straightaway. A little loose moment there from Colin McKevitt. Excellent first lap by Colin McKevitt all the way up to P2. Vlid off the P3, P4. Now Austin Minnick. Trevor Levine has now found his way into the top 5 at the conclusion of lap 1 as we got some side-by-side action back here in the ladder pack. Slinky and Jack McKevitt going at it back there for the top 10 spot. Trevor Levine starting to try to look to the inside of Austin Minnick, not quite close enough as the top 3 is starting to get a little closer to each other. 20 laps of this race, a lot of racing left, a lot of time for these drivers to make up for these early race mistakes. Rashad Metz says a lot of these guys say a lot. You want to get your mulligans out early. You want to get those mistakes out. You want to try to get those mistakes behind you so you can make up and plan for the latter half of this race. As there goes Colin McKevitt. He's under attack. Got a penalty. Looks like he went a little off the racing surface there for a second. He's now under pressure from Vlid the Inspector. Well, it was a pleasure to have Vlid racing with us. It's going to be sad to see him concluding his final season with us here this season. So it's going to be sad to see him go, but he's going to be taking over an ownership role in Vlid Motorsports. So it's going to be interesting to see how that race team grows stronger with that new leadership. Here they come through the final turn. Rashad Metz gaining a little spot up to P7. Jack McKevitt back there in P8. Slinky inside the top 10. Ooh, someone way off the racetrack. Trevor Levine. Not a good final corner from him. A lot of championship contenders having mistakes early in this race. That could be a huge thing for David Pinkston. David Pinkston really needs a good finish here tonight to make up some spots. Colin McKevitt trying to back up the first turn to try to get around Austin Minnick there. There he goes around him on the outside. Rashad Metz has now found his way just past Board Wharton to get into the top 5. Here they come side by side now, just hanging in his quarter panel around that long sweeping right-hand turn, trying to set up pass there. Minnick goes with the crossover. Ooh, Colin McKevitt way out wide off the racetrack. After tonight, about 5 drivers are in championship contention still. 4 out of those 5 have had issues so far in the race. Of course, Cross and David Pinkston, the first 2 top runners, so they're going to get an excellent points day here tonight if they can complete it. Still very, very early. A lot of things can happen. These guys starting the battle. Some clouds starting to nestle their way over the racetrack. Maybe a light drizzle starting at some ends. Mostly single file now throughout the pack. Some hard racing back there in the latter half of the top 10. Some of those guys that got mired in the back of the pack trying to gain some spots, trying to salvage what they can early in this thing. Now pit strategy is going to play a huge role. It looks like Peter Braxton has retired. Some mechanical issues, I believe, on that machine. Unfortunate end to the day for him. Battle now for P4. Austin Minnick and Colin McKevitt still going at it. These 2 guys been racing pretty hard all night. Ooh, a little nose to the rear end of that McKevitt machine by Minnick. Minnick trying to find a way around him while he can, while he's close. You got to take advantage of those opportunities when you're close to another driver, because you may not get that many chances on such a large racetrack like Fuji here. Ooh, off the racetrack into the grass a little bit. There goes Colin McKevitt trying to push the racetrack or push the race car as hard as he can, gain as much time. As Cross has got a penalty. This top four is starting to bunch up a little bit here. Rashad Metz starting to track down these leaders here. He's got a fast race car here tonight. David Tucker all the way up into P7 after that early race incident on lap 1 got spun out going into the very first corner of the race. Ooh, a lot of guys ducking on the pit lane. Colin McKevitt and Austin Minnick going to start out. They're side by side for the lead. The two leaders racing hard as they head down on the hairpin turn of turn 1. Minnick on the inside. Couldn't quite get a nose there. Here he comes to the inside. Excellent run off the corner. What a corner by Minnick as the rain starts to fall here at Fuji. Still side by side for the lead. Minnick barely at his corner. It is coming down now. Raining cats and dogs as both drivers are slipping and sliding. The track is getting wet in a hurry. This track is wet. These guys are going to have to nurse these slick tires back to pit lane. Try to get some wet weather tires on this thing. A lot of these guys opted for wets. Trevor Levine went with intermediates. How long will this rain shower stick around? Ooh, it's Colin McKevitt goes around out of P2. Oh, another driver spun around too. Rashad Metz out of P5 has gone around. The rain wreaking havoc here. Allowing these guys on wets to gain a huge amount of time. That's going to be a huge gain for Javen Tucker. Was able to use the rain to his advantage. Oh, Javen Tucker's going to go around! Hard into the wall. Front end damage for the 99 machine. We may have jinxed him on accident, but Javen Tucker, the struggles continue early in this one as Minnick is trying to nurse this thing back on the pit road. He is having a little sigh of relief being able to get this car on the pit lane and get some rain tires on this thing because it is wet out there as of now. And Rashad Metz has a 4-second penalty. All these guys going to be ducking on the pit lane to put some wet weather tires on this thing. David Pinkston and Vlad the Inspector are going to inherit the leaders. Vlad trying to push the issue, though. He wants to go for the lead here. Under a half a second now. Separates the top two. It is wet. This is one of the wettest races we have seen so far this season. Javen Tucker, he's going to cycle out back in 7th. Tried to make that pit strategy work to his advantage. Unfortunately had a spin, which did not help him. As the race is on for the top spot, Liv the Inspector has slipped past David Pinkston Jr. for the lead here at Fuji. Already starting to get close to the halfway point. This race is going by pretty quickly. 6 laps down. Around 15 more laps to go. Ooh, Pinkston a little slip up off a corner exit trying to get the power down. Flynn now starting to pull away to a touch of a lead here. It looks like the rain may be starting to die down just a tad. The unpredictable weather strikes here at Fuji. Austin Minnick nestled in the 4th place now inside the top 5. Colin McKevitt up in the top 5 as well. Javen Tucker trying to close in on that top 5. Tucker needs a good points finish. He was worried about this race coming into this event. Not his best track for him. Will he still be the points leader after tonight's event? Or will he fall short here tonight? Only a handful more events to go here in this points-paying season. The title is still up for grabs. Mostly spread out now. Down the top couple. Vlid has pulled away. Tucker trying to make some good time here. Starting to gain just a tad. Vlid currently has the fastest lap of the racetrack. On the racetrack so far. Some wet weather here at Fuji. The driver soldiering on through the storm. How will this affect tire strategy? These drivers have already completed their mandatory tire compound swap. Wet weather tires do count toward that. So will these drivers choose to go back to softs? Will they choose to go back to mediums, hards? What will be the plan here if it dries up at the end of this thing? Ooh, Minnick trying to get a handle on it. Riding along now with Javen Tucker on the inside camera of that Audi as he thunders down the front straightaway at over 150 miles an hour in the pouring rain. And one thing to listen to these drivers, listen to the throttle, listen to the brake. You can't slam on the brakes and the throttle like you could in the dry. You'll break traffic, break the rear end loose. As you see hear the slide going to turn one. Tucker gonna nurse that thing around. Hear him ease onto the gas, coming out of turn one, down that little short chute. Trying to find the driest spots on the racetrack. Avoid the puddles. The puddles will upset the car, throw it off a line, and that's not what you want. You want to try to avoid going off the line, avoid getting in those puddled up spots, avoid getting penalties. Now, these Gr.2 cars are always fun to watch. Last time we saw them was at Daytona. Fun race we had there with them. I believe Magic Slinky ended up taking the victory with that race. Had an excellent pit strategy. Looks like the rain is starting to settle down a little bit as you see the moisture indicator in the left-hand corner of your screen, bottom left-hand corner. See that little middle mark? You could technically run on intermediates here, so I bet you Trevor Levine will start picking up some speed. He's the only driver on intermediates right now on the racetrack, I believe. No, Burt Burton back there in that beautiful Caterpillar fracking machine back there. He's also on intermediates as well, so those drivers will probably start moving up some spots, gaining some time with that switch to intermediates instead of wets. That'll allow them to stay on the racetrack longer. These wets are going to start burning up if the track dries up a little bit too much. Blinn still holds about a 3-second lead over David Pinkston Jr. there in second spot. Trevor Levine on the podium in third place. Austin Minnick fourth. Colin McKevitt still hanging on in fifth. And Tucker trying to salvage some spots from that early race incidents. Back here in sixth, but Rashad Metz trying to run him down. Rashad Metz needs to finish ahead of that 99 machine to try to close up that points gap. He's been doing an excellent job at it the last couple weeks. You just got to settle in, find that groove. Mistakes are bound to happen. Just don't let it over-freak these drivers. That's the one thing. Some mistakes get in drivers' heads. You got to worry about over-pushing the car. As we got a battle here for 9th place between the 22 and that McLaren. The Wharton and the Slinky machine going at it here. Here comes Wharton to the inside, side by side. Still side by side, door to door as they head through the corner here, going into that fast right-hander to go up the hill. Wharton trying to go with the crossover move. Can he get it done? Looking to the inside. Oh, he shoves it in there. Slinky slides a little wide. I believe that's going to allow for Burt Burton to slide past, but Burton got a little bit of a penalty. Trevor Levine starting to gain a good amount of time here. The dry line starting to form up a little bit. Still wet on that line. But those intermediates are definitely starting to come into play. Trevor Levine is gaining a lot of time, and those wets are starting to feel a little different. You see Vlad and David Pinkston having to go off the driving line, try to get in more of that wet, try to keep those wet weather tires cool. So here we are at the halfway point of this race, 15 minutes in, probably around 15 more laps or 15 more minutes to go. Can Vlad hold on to get a win in his final season here? Pinkston looking for his second win of the season. If he could pull it off, so is Trevor Levine. Only have two multi-time winners this season, Jack McKevin and Gavin Morrison. Will we see a third here tonight, or will we see a first-time winner this season? Tucker's made his way into the top 5 now. Now as the track starts to dry out, it is starting to get a good dry line. Who will be the first one to try to switch to slicks? Looks like Rashad Metz ducks on the pit lane. Will he choose to go to intermediates? Will he choose to go to slicks? Interesting move by Metz. This could be a race-changing moment for him, though. He needs to throw for the deep end. So is Magic Slinky. Magic Slinky gonna duck on the pit lane. He's going out on racing hards. Looks like they're making the switch to slicks. You're gonna worry about trying to stay off of the wet there. Still a lot of very wet areas on this racetrack, especially those rumble strips that could definitely spin the car out. But man, if you stay on the dry, you're gonna be fast. And those guys on wet weather tires are starting to feel it. Those things are starting to melt. Trevor Levine is gaining a ton of time. Got that down. He's already cut off about a second between him and second place of David Pinkston there. It looks like the leader's going to go in the pit lane this time by, so is David Pinkston. And Trevor Levine is going to stay out on the racetrack in those intermediates trying to make up some more time. Here comes Vlad and a couple other drivers on. Oh, we got a spinner there. Colin McKevitt went around off of that final turn. Javen Tucker's going to stay out on the racetrack. He's going to inherit that P2 spot. There's a lot of guys. Some guys starting with going medium, some guys going with hards. This track is definitely starting to get a really, really good dry line. The rain has ceased to about a drizzle at least. Tucker up in the P2. Trevor Levine P1 as of now. Vlad with the fast lap on the racetrack. If the race finished right now, that would get him that one bonus point. Which that one bonus point may not seem like a lot, but it adds up in this very, very tight championship race. That could be the difference. Oh, Austin Minnick goes way off the racetrack. Almost completely got on. It's going to go around, backs it under the outside wall. Not a good break there for Austin Minnick. Goes around out of 5th place. He's going to lose some more time. Tucker trying to get as much dampness on those wet tires as he possibly can. Try to keep those things cool. Try to keep those things on the car because those guys on slicks are coming and coming very fast. As Javen Tucker is going to pull the 99 car on the pit lane here. What's going to be the strats? What tire compound do you choose? Do you try to nurse softs to the inch? Do you try to go with mediums, hards? What do you do? for fresh tires for that 99 amp energy machine of Tucker. Gonna get some gas in that thing as well. He's gonna lose a good amount of race time on the racetrack. He's gonna come out in P6, maybe even lose another spot to Rashad Metz here. Rashad Metz in sight of the number 99 car. How hard will he push the envelope to try to get past him? Most of the guys have made that swap to racing slicks. Will the wet weather come back? Will it stay away? Still some dark clouds in the area. The sunshine starting to peek through in the distance. Trevor Levine still needs to pit for racing soft, and looks like he's going to do that this time by. Did he gain enough time to be able to stay in the lead? Whoa, slipping and sliding on the pit lane. Tucker back there in 6th place now, under pressure from Rashad Metz. Metz almost sends it in the rear end of him, barely able to miss him. Side by side now for 6th place. Tucker to the inside, Rashad Metz trying to get past him. Tucker with the preferred line. Metz trying to set up a crossover move, trying to stay out of the dry. Oh, he's got some front end damage. Looks like he made some contact with Javen Tucker. That's going to affect the handling of that Lucas Oil machine. Here they come onto the main straightaway. Rashad Metz should he be able to get a good slipstream. As Board Burton is going to duck on the pit lane out of that 5th place spot. Trevor Levine cycled out within 4 seconds. He's going to have the freshest tires on the racetrack as of now until I believe Board Wharton comes back out. About 7 more laps to go in this thing. Who can get it done? Will it be Cross? A dominating performance by him so far, but his mirrors are full of David Pinkston Jr. Rashad Metz trying to get back to that 99 car. Knows he needs to finish ahead of him if he wants to continue to gain points in this tight championship race. Here he goes. He's going to try to take a look through the corner. Try to set Javen Tucker up. Try to force him to make a mistake. Tucker able to pull away a little bit more. Ooh, Metz makes a huge mistake. Got into the wet, went way off the racetrack. Oh, and he's going to go around on a 6th place. Rashad Metz helicoptering far off of the racetrack. A tough break for the Lucas Oil machine of Rashad Metz. He's going to rejoin the racetrack. Lost over 10 seconds to the car he was battling with. Not a good break for Rashad Metz. Not good at all. His race has fell to pieces as Colin McKevin is going to go around just behind him. Javen Tucker having a decent race. Not the race he wants, though. He needs to get ahead of these guys in the top 3 in order to ensure him a good points lead come Blue Moon Bay. Blue Moon Bay, one of the most unpredictable races of the season, and that is the finale. You want a good points cushion going into that because you never know what can happen. The top 3 have closed in on each other. Trevor Levine, an excellent run coming down the straightaway. Coming to 5 more laps to go here. The top 3 closing in on each other. We got a battle on our hands for the race lead. Tucker starting to close in on that 4th place spot as well. Trevor currently has the fastest tires out of this group, the freshest tires. Still a couple damn spots on this racetrack. Really got to be careful about that as Isaiah Smitty looks like he hit the wet spot a little bit. It's going to go wide. Tucker trying to salvage some spots. Rashad Metz looks like he is going to have a rear mirror full of Jack McKevitt here. McKevitt on those mediums, Metz on those hards. Metz trying to play a long game. And we got a battle for the lead here. 3 cars going at it for the win here at Fuji Speedway. Who would it be? Vlad, David Pinkston, Trevor Levine. 3 cars all have a shot at this race. Come down the straightaway. 4 more laps to go this time by. Now able to get the slipstream off of each other. Here they come into the hairpin turn. This could be an excellent passing point in the couple laps here if one of these drivers chooses to make a move. Yeah, all these drivers hungry for the win, hungry to get these points. They know Trevor Levine or Javen Tucker is not having the best today, so this is their chance to get a win, get some points, gain on that points leader. This could win you a championship. A good race here today. Oh, we got a car around. Isaiah Smitty, the driver of the day, went around there from 11th place, I believe. Who's Rashad Metz? Slowing down a good bit as well. I'm not sure if he had an issue. So did Jack McKevitt trying to get the power down, I believe. Ooh, Austin Minnick has a 5-10 penalty, though. Looks like he went off the racetrack a little bit. As Trevor Levine's going to slip past David Pinkston for that 3rd place spot. Looks like Pinkston made a mistake. Levine able to slip past. This could be an excellent points day for Cross if he can get it done. Can he hang on to the lead? Pinkston currently 2nd place in points. He's 3rd. 3rd place in points, only 38 points behind the leader, is Trevor Levine. He's in 2nd place, but 1st place, tied for 4th right now, is Vlad. Can Vlad gain some well-needed points here today? As Javen Tucker has gained another spot, that's another 5 points there. He's gained time on Austin Minnick. Minnick is probably not going to let this go easy, though. He's going to try to battle back. If he can. Gonna be coming around to 2 more laps to go this time. Can Vlad hang on to win a race for Mother Russia in his final full-time season? Can Trevor Levine pull off yet another win this season and track down the leader? Can David Pinkston track down the 2 leaders as well? 3-car battle for the win. Here they come out of the final turn. Gonna be a peace sign in the air from the flag stand this time by. 2 more laps remaining here at Fuji. Thundering down that front straightaway at over 160 miles an hour. The top 3 still in it. Who can get it done? Tucker trying to salvage a decent points day in the 4th place spot now. Minnick with another penalty back there in 5th. It's not going to help him. Jack McKevitt has slid past Rashad Metz, but he has a penalty. Metz trying to salvage a decent points day. He wants to stay in championship condition. This has not been the race he wanted. Board Wharton back in 8th. Driver of the day back there in 11th. But this is the battle for the win. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Inspector, Levine, Pinkston. All 3 battling for a win for the first ever GTO race here at Fuji. One of the most technical parts of the racetrack right now. This uphill, twisty, and curvy section. Trying to get the power down. This could be a huge problem. Trevor Levine gained an excellent amount of time through that corner. Not the best exit, though. A good entry by him. Trying to get a good run onto the straightaway. Levine, excellent run off the final turn. Coming to the white flag. One more time to go. 2 cars going at it for the win. Levine, the inspector. Can Vlid hold him off? Can Trevor Levine? Levine's going to have an excellent run. Vlid choosing the defensive line. They're side by side going down to the turn 1. This is for the win here at Fuji. Side by side. Levine trying to go with the undercut. Can he get a nose there? Yes, he does. Side by side off of the corner. Here they come out of the short chute at the straightaway. Vlid trying to be defensive. Trying to make Trevor Levine make a mistake. David Peace is trying to track down these 2 battle leaders. Levine waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Here they go. Nose to tail through that hard left-hand sweeping corner. Here they come into the corner. Oh, some contact between the 2 leaders. Levine messed up the entry just a little bit. That's going to allow for Vlid to get out to a little bit of a lead. About a car length separates the top 2. Here they come into the final section of the racetrack. Who can get it done? Here they come in that hard uphill corner at the bumper all over the rear end of Vlid's Honda. David Peakson trying to make anything work back there in 3rd. Here they come through the final set of turns. Levine, can he get it done? He's going to have to be perfect. Makes a lunge at the front to the rear end. Here it comes. One more turn to go for the win here at Fuji. Levine has to be perfect. So does Vlid. Vlid slips up. They make some contact. Here they come down the straightaway. Vlid with the advantage. Can Trevor Levine get a run? It's going to be close. Coming to the line. Here they come. Vlid is going to get it at Fuji. And what a finish here in the Gr.2. Vlid gets a win in his final full-time season. Trevor Levine finishes 2nd. What a finish between these 2. David Peace is going to finish 3rd. Looks like Javen Tucker is going to be able to salvage a well-needed top 5 here in 4th place. Austin Minnick's going to finish top 5 here in 5th. Here comes Rashad Metz off the final turn. He has not had the race he wanted. He's going to be able to salvage a 6th place finish after a lot of mishaps this race for that Metz racing machine. Jack McKevitt, P7. P8, Colin McKevitt. P9, the Warburton machine. P10 will be Slinky and Driver of the Day. And 11th will be Isaiah Smith. Your winner here tonight, Vlid the Inspector. I bet we're going to see a smoke show. See if the winner of this race will enter the track after to do some little burnouts after the race. Vlid, your winner here tonight. Let's see him celebrating in victory lane. There he is, the winner. First win of the season and a win in his final full-time season. What a way to get it done. Let's take a look. Man, that was an excellent thing. Let's talk to tonight's winner, Vlid. Let's see if we can dial him up. Vlid, you were able to get it done in your final full season. Man, congratulations. What a race here tonight. Man, how are you able to hold off the hard-charging Trevor Levine there at the end of that thing?
Vlid just chose defensive line. Vlid just needed to race that. And honestly, the weather at the start played in the advantage of Vlid after bad start. The bad start fell back to 8th, 9th. I don't know. Let's shout out to German 9.
Well, how does it feel? You know, this is your final full-time season in the GTO competition. How does it feel to be able to kind of go out on top, go out with a win?
Well, Vlid has improved his worth to Mother Russia. You know, Vlid is no longer running from KGB. KGB says he's working for Vlid.
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. Don't party too hard.
Yes.
Yes, we will make sure to do some of that. And let's talk to the P2 finisher, Trevor Levine. Man, Trevor Levine, what a race there between you and Blid there on the final closing laps. What could you have done differently to try to win that thing, and how was the race? Well, congratulations on that P2 finish. That's going to help you out a lot in the points. And let's talk to the third place finisher. Let's see if we can dial up David Pinkston. David, are you with us? Yeah, you got a third place finish here tonight. Man, you were close to winning that thing. How's it feel, and how was the race for you?
It was pretty good. I did make some mistakes in the end, and I dropped the third from going too wide in the wet. But I'm not mad at the result I got.
Well, that's going to help you out a little bit in the points, so congratulations on a podium.
All right.
And let's take a rundown of your finishing order real quick. Cross, or Vlad, is going to finish off his full-time season with a win here tonight. So, excellent win by him. Trevor Levine, P2. David Pinkston Jr., P3. Javen Tucker able to salvage an excellent fourth-place finish. Austin Minnick with a nice top 5. Rashad Metz, not the race he wanted, able to finish P6. Interesting to see how that affects him in the points. Jack McKevitt, P7. P8 will be Colin McKevitt. P9, Board Wharton, P10. The Magic Slinky, 11th, the driver of the day, Isaiah Smith, and 12th will be Peter Brexton. And that's going to do it here from the beautiful Fuji Speedway here tonight. Thank you for joining us for the Grade 2 race here tonight. We're going to have some fun, excellent races coming up. We still got Mazda Cup. We still have Porsche Cup. We still have the All-Star race. And we still have, of course, the Crown Jewel event, the championship race at Blue Moon Bay. Some excellent weeks upcoming here for the GTO League, so you don't want to miss a thing. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will see you next week, and thank you all for joining and racing with us. Y'all have an excellent rest of your evening.